Hello and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac. Most folks just call me Orange Joe, and I want to apologize. Last episode would be episode 6, and it was rough. I'll be the first one to tell you that one did not go to plan, because we didn't beat the whole game and get a world record trophy and a gold medal and a sick entry into the Hall of Fame of Isaac. None of that happened because it went awful, and I want to apologize that my commentary kind of sputtered all over the place. I'm hoping to bring in a stronger offering today. What do we got? Friends to the end. Hey, a great pill. So this episode, wow. Woo, stigmata, damage up and HP up. Why? Immediately, I regret everything I've done here. Because last episode I told you, if playing as Lazarus, who we are playing as this time, I forgot to tell you, the seed today, if you want to play along at home, is 6YSAZRLB. So feel free to pick Lazarus, jump in with me, but don't do what I just did. Because what I just did, is I just picked up an HP upgrade. Being fair, I forgot that Stigmata gives you an HP upgrade right away. I picked it up before turning into or respawning as Lazarus, because I kept calling him Judas last time, because Judas is also a character. And let me, I don't remember the name of this character now. Whoever he is, he has a respawn built into him, and if you have an HP item like that, always make sure you respawn before picking up, because right there we have 2 soul hearts now that we're going to pick up once we respawn. But we're going to go on business as usual, try and clear out the level before respawning as well, just to do everything we possibly can and hopefully see if we can get some more HP items. Like right there's another tinted rock if we get a bomb. But we're going to clear it all before transforming, just for posterity's sake. Maybe there'll be a self-sacrifice room we could find or something like that, and if we find one of those, we will just spend all of our HP on it, just so that we respawn. But yeah, I talked about it at the very start of last episode. Hey, make sure that you, if you get any HP items, you don't pick them up right away so that you can respawn, or that you respawn right away and then pick it up. And I just didn't do it. I didn't take my own advice, so it's kind of a do as I say, not as I do situation, and I'm sorry for that. You deserve better out of old Joe here, but we're making our way through the universe, making our way through the YouTube landscape, and making our way through Isaac. So as time goes on, hopefully my play will get tighter. It's last episode I pretended to blame it on a myriad of things, like oh, my room's too hot, oh, my hat's on slightly tighter. But the funny thing is that none of the things I listed were true, because I'm sitting right in front of my air conditioning vent. So I am definitely calm, cool, and collected, except for the calm and cool part, and collected. But I'm not hot, not too warm. Cool in the sense that it's not too hot in here, but not cool in the sense that I have a lot of friends or people aspire to be me. That's another HP upgrade. You'll love to see it. So we're gonna bomb in here, see if this is our secret room as well. I highly doubt it, but we'll check anyway. Okay, so we're still gonna find a respawn first before picking up all these HP items. But yeah, I was just making excuses because I was frustrated. Last episode you saw a lot of self-sacrifice, just what I was talking about. So yeah, this is where we're gonna just eat ourselves here. But yeah, last episode you saw me get proper frustrated. You saw some real Joe frustration, some angry Joe, if you will. So yeah, you see all those stat ups. Now we'll pick up these HP items here. But yeah, we're hoping to come into this a lot more lighthearted. I actually received a text from a friend just before recording this, saying just really lovely and nice things about my channel, about what I've been doing. He's super supportive, was like, hey man, I just wanted to say that I'm liking what you're doing and been having a good time watching, and I hope you keep it up, because I know you say that you're not super sure that you want to do this forever, how long you'll do it for, but he said that he hopes that I just keep going, because he hopes to see me improve, and he wants to see me kind of go on this journey. And if you're watching out there, dude, how you doing? How you been? I don't know how long it's been since we last talked, but I miss you, even if oh baby, did you see that? That was just for you, Joey. That insane weave dodge right there was for you. Bringing the absolute heat in this room. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm a real gamer. Oh baby. Speaking of being a real gamer, quickly. Sorry to distract from you, Joey. Love you, buddy, but we'll get back to you. All right. Take a useless item. That's right up Joey's alley right there. He'll get a kick out of that one being just for him. But no, speaking of being a real gamer, I was playing Fall Guys. That was the most mumbly sentence I've ever said. Speaking of being a real gamer, I was playing Fall Guys with some friends last night for the first time. Had never played it before, but it's free on PlayStation Plus as of the time of recording this. But I bet you by the time of this video going up, it's gonna be cutting it close to if it's still free or not. So if you haven't gotten it already, but you had PS Plus for any reason, make sure that you at least check to see if you can get it, because it's a fun game. Honestly, it's probably the most fun I've had playing a battle royale, because most battle royales are just like really serious and frustrating, and you have to really get into them, and you have to be good at shooters, and I'm none of these things. But Fall Guys is like the perfect level of goofy and silly, and you know, I didn't see it there, so I thought it went away. We take pills. Good pill. Good to know that's in the pool. But you know, I actually have a lot of fun playing that one, because it's just right up my alley with how silly and Hey, about that really good dodge earlier. Just remember that one, not that horrible dodge you just saw. Only remember the good. Forget the bad. But no, I played first like games of Fall Guys, and on my third game I won. I was a real gamer for a little bit. I had a royale with cheese, or whatever they call winning in those games. Yeah, no, it was a good time. But cycling back quickly to Joey, because Joey was there for a little bit of it. He didn't see my win, so you know, he doesn't know I'm a real gamer, but he just saw the dodges there, if he's still watching. But you know, thank you, Joey, for saying those kind words to me. It does mean a lot. It keeps me going. And it's going to hopefully drag me from the depths of whatever that last episode was to whatever highs we can reach today. You know, I'm trying to come into this one with more energy than I came into yesterday's. Yesterday was a fun episode. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed recording it. But, you know, I did mention, like, hey, you know, if I had half a mind to, this one would just be put to the meat grinder. You know, I would delete it and no one would ever see it, because I played very poorly. I didn't have a lot of fun with the like run. I had fun talking, but the run itself was very tough. So if you did better than me, I'll have to check comment section, because I would love to know. But so here's a bit of game theory for you. Right now we have an HP item which normally you would take right away, but because we have a deal with the devil, we're gonna check that first, because if we can take, yeah, okay, excellent, Brimstone. You'll love to see it. So items going from left to right here. Sister Maggie, not very good. It's a follower item. Little Brimstone, actually a really good follower. There's a reason he costs 2 HP. He's really good because he does a Brimstone laser. But here's the thing, we can do the Brimstone laser, and Brimstone lasers look like this. So it doesn't look like a damage increase, because it doesn't actually like factually, statistically increase our damage number. But believe me, we are going to start absolutely dealing a lot of damage here. So we're going to, on this floor, we're going to take a little bit more time. We're going to dig for a bomb, because there's a room we haven't gone to yet, or at least a direction we haven't gone to yet. So Brimstone has a charge timer, right? But it doesn't matter. Look at that absolute power, like this, the straight up blanking. And I'd like to mention, this reaches all the way across the map, over rocks, over anything. It reaches all the way clean to the other side. So there were enemies right here, and they're just gone. We deleted them from existence just by, you know, coughing at them like this. We're gonna destroy our poop here while we're at it. And yeah, it's Brimstone. I don't want to get cocky. Infested. I don't want to get too cocky and be like, yeah, we won. But like, man, you get an item this good. If you don't win, there's some questions that come up. Honestly, you gotta ask, like, hey, are you really a real gamer? Does that victory in that previous game really mean that you can call yourself a gamer? And it might not. We're gonna spend a bomb here to get a bomb in a card. That's why I didn't go for the Tinted Rock right away. Now, this is kind of tough, because what I could do is I could come right here and be like, I'll grab the chest, maybe there's a bomb in it. But instead, I think what we're going to do is we're going to pop the Temperance card, and then blow both of them up because I don't really feel like playing that machine. And we get a bomb back. That's huge because we're gonna come in here and get this other tinted rock. Then, oops, helps me press the right button, so that way we can hopefully. All right, a key and a spirit heart. I'll take it. We're not gonna go to the shop. Sorry to tell you. We're just gonna move on here because we have Brimstone. We're in such a good spot now because the only things we really need now. Sure, more damage would be lovely. Wouldn't mind that. Fire rate increase so that our charge timer is shorter would be great. We're gonna try this because there's a good chance. Yeah, we're gonna get more keys. Holy cow, we got 4 keys out of 1 chest there, so that pays for this entire room in and of itself. Ooh, whoops. You know, obviously, if we take damage, it wouldn't have paid for the will not pay for this room. But spoiler alert, we're not taking damage. we're going through nice and easy. We are going to spend our bombs to open these chests, just because golden chests have high chances to have items in them too, not just consumables. So, like Bob's brain. Why you gotta do this to me, game? So I made a commitment earlier that I would try and take every item that comes across my path, but Bob's brain sucks. Like, it deals good damage. Well, I'm gonna take it because Brimstone is so good, despite its charge. You know, it having a charge time. We're gonna take Bob's brain, so it obviously it goes out in any direction that we're pointing at. The problem is it blows up whenever it contacts anything. So if anything is close to us, when it goes out like that, it's gonna hurt us on top of the enemy, and it's just going to cause us to take damage. Now, if we can get explosion immunity or something of that ilk, we're happy to have Bob's brain, because it does solid damage, and it poisons, I think, on hit, which is really nice. And if no one's near us, it's just a nice, like, little occasional pop-off for... Let me see if I can hit a guy with it. Yeah, look at that. Great damage. Love it. But you don't love that it can hit you, and it can deal damage to you. God's Flesh, I actually think does nothing with Brimstone here, other than make it purple, which is cool. But I don't think there's any notable stat change that you get out of God's Flesh, or any effect change with enemies. I don't know if the shrinking shot still applies. Oh, it does! Okay, there it goes. So it does still shrink enemies on occasion, because you saw that nub there get a bit smaller. So, yeah, and that guy right there, the green fellow, he shrunk from our beam. But, ooh. Out of them. But yeah, Bob's brain, definitely a scary prospect. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it lightly. If you're playing along with the seed at home, which, yep, I did read off. Just I had to relook at it to make sure, like, did I say what that was? And I did. You know, if you're playing along at home, be sure to take it with caution if you do get it as well. It's rough. But if you end up getting Brimstone, don't feel like you gotta take Bob's brain, because Brimstone will carry you. You don't need the extra damage that Bob's brain gives, because it's not enough to make it a good item. I promise you, Bob's brain is a very risky take unless you have explosion immunity. And since we don't, we're just running that risk. But I want to stay zany. I want to stay fun. I want to stay silly and goofy. I'm hip. I'm with it. Tucka 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 tucka. If you've seen Austin Powers, that makes sense to you. If you haven't, you're gonna be like, Joe, have you lost your mind? And to that, oh, there's Bob's brain. And to that I say, yes, of course I have. kind of madman. Take a speed upgrade. Kind of madman comes online and starts making random noises like that and recording the Binding of Isaac with very little lead in, and then records an intro to his channel video, only to then pull it down and record a different one to follow it up, to try and make it, you know, audible. And then keeps at it by, you know, just grinding and cranking away at this Isaac series for seemingly no reason. We'll take the double key room, see what it is. So of course I've lost my mind, haven't you? Ooh, okay, Cricket's Head, huge. So, like I said, items can spawn from golden chests, and one just did, obviously. And that's Cricket's Head, that's a damage multiplier. So, because we haven't had any other damage multipliers yet, it means that our damage is going to shoot through the roof. So right now we're at 4.9 damage, and we go up to 8.82 with Brimstone. Again, not a certainty we've won, but I'm getting a lot less confident for the competition as time's going on. The only thing that I think can really doom us at this point is Bob's brain. That's the only thing that I'm like, well, maybe. if we don't... If we don't take dumb damage to Bob's brain too often, I think that this one should be pretty well, taken care of. Now this is a tricky room. Oh, deceptively or otherwise. Look at that placement, though. That makes me look like a real gamer. That dodge at the beginning of this episode, and that Bob's brain placement. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling saucy. Ooh. But no, if we don't take dumb damage, it's so good. Take a little dry baby here. If he gets shot enough times, he'll deal mass room damage. But yeah, I think this run is going to, we'll use Infested. It's going to afford me to talk about the channel a little bit more, because we're doing so good now that I don't. Oh, there's that dumb damage I was telling you about. Coming to haunt us. But I think I can afford to talk a little bit about, admin, if you will. So with the last episode, I was trying my hardest to get across some ideas and things about like how I'm very grateful to my friends who've been supporting me, which I still am. Don't let yesterday's episode, not yesterday's episode, but the last Isaac episode, which for you people in YouTube land would have been 2 days ago. Yeah. Don't let that. We got another deal with devil and another HP item, so we're gonna come in. Oh, Guppy's Paw is honestly it's a little late to be on the Guppy train, but we're gonna take it because it's better than. And we're gonna take this HP upgrade. So Guppy's Paw, when we use it, it'll let us get 3 Spirit Hearts for the price of our 1 Red Heart container. But for now, we're not gonna take that deal. We're gonna save it for a little bit later on. Maybe we get an HP upgrade. Maybe we need HP more. But until we need to use it, I'm gonna try and avoid using it. But anyway, yeah. In the last episode, I tried my hardest to really convey that I'm just grateful to be where I am, where I have people who support me doing this, even though I'm just doing it for fun, just kind of hanging out, not expecting anything. But, by the way, this room would have been the absolute bane of my existence last episode, because I was so heated. I was like, I hate these guys. They suck. And they're obviously they're not that bad if I can completely destroy an entire room of, the entire amount that we saw in the last video in like 30 seconds. But ooh, okay, this is interesting. That item is an HP upgrade for the next floor. So we're gonna actually use Guppy's Paw here to give us those 3 Spirit Hearts, and then we're gonna take that, so that way on the next floor we'll have a Red Heart container ready to go. Ooh, that was my fault. I repressed the aim button a little too soon. But anyway, yeah, very grateful to my friends who are supporting me throughout this video series, throughout my just random attempts into YouTube. Not like I'm trying to break through or go crazy or anything like that, but a joke and hope. So did you guys see that little guy freaking out? I don't think Lost Contact does anything for us like it did when we had Montrose Long a few episodes ago. Aggression, no thank you. Got my own. It's the wafer, by the way, is just an item that makes it so that we always, no matter what source deals it to us, take a half heart of damage instead of a full heart if it could deal a full heart. So champion enemies or bosses or later floors that just happen to deal full hearts damage whenever you take any damage. No, oops, that's my bad. Need not apply anymore. We don't have to, fear that anymore. So that's nice. But yeah, it's, obviously I'm still a Greenhorn at this. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise, not gonna act like, I'm so great at this, even though I'm, in my time, less than a week into it. In your time, 2 weeks, I think, this channel will have been around. Because it's, if you're doing a drinking game, take a shot every time in the video I happen to mention that I record these in bulk. But I record these in bulk. So, Bot Friend coming in huge right there for us. Oh, and the mark, so we have more damage. We're up to 11 damage. Oh, that is very excellent. Boy, howdy. Do we even... Nah, let's just get out of here. Let's keep going. We're steamrolling this run, and you love to see it. But... but no, I know that I'm not, like, stellar. I know that I have a lot of things to learn. I know that I need to get rid of my ums still. Still trying, believe me. And I know... No, thank you. You know what? After this room, we'll use the stars card. Just cause. Just want to get to the item room faster. So yeah. What do we got? Acid baby. It's fine. Got it last run. Didn't get to see any success with the Ras run. Yeah, I'm Scooby-Doo now. Don't mind me. Okay. They're coming right for us, I guess. But didn't get to see any success with it last run just because we died. It really do be like that sometimes, apparently. But no, last run I wanted to mention, like, to my friends who I was playing with for Fall Guys the other night, and to who have been supporting me. You guys are huge. Honestly, just hearing that you're supportive of me means the world to me. You don't actually even have to go further than that. So if you're putting in more effort than you think you have to, believe me, you can just stop now. It's okay. Not that I want to dissuade you from doing it. It's just I don't know. I get even though I have literally 4 subscribers, I have imposter syndrome somehow, where I just feel like the people who are watching me, could be watching something better, or could be doing something better with their time. And I know that that's unfair, and we crushed that. So we have the Magic 8 Ball with Hermit. Okay, you know what? Check this out, y'all. We are going to go into Boss Rush again. We're going to try it because we have Brimstone, which is fantastic, and a high damage coefficient. And we also have a teleport card, so that means that if this goes poorly, we can just get out of here. Plus, it's a free item. Now, we don't know what the items are, so we're going to spin that wheel. Deadeye. Accuracy brings power. That, I don't think works with Brimstone, actually, which is alright. We don't necessarily need more damage, but could have been something better going for us there. But anyway, yeah, it's just been huge that people have been willing to support me in this, despite myself and despite me constantly ragging on myself. And I probably am a little too hard on myself. I'll admit. I don't need to act like I'm not worth watching. I think I got some stuff to say. I got an episode 4 under my belt, and episode 4 went really well, I should think. But, I was wondering why all those attack buttons spawn there. So we're gonna use, goodness, Monstro 2. Ooh, lore. But, no, I think I've got some stuff worth watching. I shouldn't harp on myself too much. I'm sure all the ladies tell me it's unattractive, but that's just the tip of the iceberg with me. Anyway. No, but I really shouldn't be as hard on myself for that, because I do act like, oh, no one should watch old Joe, but that's not true. I don't need to get the sympathy vote. When you're doing this for fun, you don't gotta act like you're not worth watching, because it's not to be watchable, it's to be fun. And I'm certainly having that. I'm certainly enjoying what I'm doing here, and I can't really ask for any more than that. I don't think anyone could. Ooh, okay. You are a problem. You're a problem child. Sorry for the lack of cogent thought for a second here. This guy is just a hard boss. Like a very hard boss. Okay, he's dead. Excellent. Alright, but no, I'm hoping that if you don't know me out there, and you are watching me just because you enjoy what you're doing, that you stick around. I give you more reason to watch. Again, I'm sorry that I harp on myself, Right now I'm proving my absolute gamer credit by just crushing Boss Rush here, but being fair, it's all Brimstone. I'm being carried by one of the best items in the game. Brimstone easily makes, any challenge run feel like it's not much of a challenge anymore. So, the only thing that could really screw us now is if we... Oh, we did it! Did we? No, okay. Never mind. It's just a different path we can take. One makes you small. Let's take it. Poison the enemies. Go for it. Sorry, I saw the unlock proc and I thought we had done it successfully, but we didn't. So, that's okay. We're still working on it. But, no, Brimstone is just crushing it here, and honestly, my friends at home, they're crushing it by supporting me. You random viewer out there who I may or may not know, because you might be a friend or you might just be might be a stranger online, you're crushing it by helping me out just by watching. If you wanted to double crush it, you wanted to Brimstone crush it, you could subscribe. You could leave a comment, leave a like, you know, stick around, watch some more videos, say hi, hang out, chat. Find me on Twitter. I'm there too, at most folks. This has just become the Plug Joe hour, and you know, we're gonna pimp out all my channels and everywhere you can find me. We did it. Wow, we actually managed to do boss rush. So you saw the whole thing there. We crushed it. I hope this isn't missing now. Anti-gravity. Tears up. We'll take it. Oh, I forgot that anti-gravity does that. Right. So wish me luck on this one. We're gonna go through some pills here. Just to just to see what we got. Pretty fly's pretty good. Cause okay, that's a bad one. You hate to see that.
Are you a power pill?
Power pill. Alright, there we go. Tears up. So we just offset everything we just did. So that worked out. That worked out. Yeah, anti-grav obviously very strange for us because it just leaves our tears into a big pool. Now that pool, I should mention, sits there and does damage as it winds up, and then does the beam attack, which also damages. It's just, it is a little bit harder. So with Curse of the Labyrinth here, that means, I believe, that... Oh, excuse me. Sorry to make some odd noises at you. So yeah, obviously, anti-grav makes this harder, because I'm not good at planning and aiming, apparently. There we go. But it's okay. We didn't know it was coming. We didn't know that was the item. But we're still fine. But Curse of the whatever I said it was, Labyrinth, that's what it was. You know, makes it so that I think this is a double floor. So we should, for sure, be on the mom fight before you know it. And speaking of the Labyrinth, a summer baby crying hard as a babe could cry. What could I do? Anyway, anyone seen the David Bowie movie? I know there's, you know, more people worked on it. I know Jim Henson worked on it. I know other people, I'm sure, worked on it. But come on, it's really, like, that's the David Bowie hour. At least the way I see it. And I'm completely okay with that. I adore that movie. One of my favorite bands actually based an album around a couple lines from that movie, if you can believe it. I'm Drowsy is such a good get here for us. And Pretty Fly again. So we actually have the maximum number of flies we can have around ourselves, which is really nice. But no, the Labyrinth, if you haven't seen it, very 80s. There's no two ways about it. It is one of the most 80s films you can really get yourself into. It's so weird. The synthesizer is very strong with that one. But I love it. I sincerely love it. It's so bizarre, and it tries teaching you a moral, but like if you really pay attention, you'll kind of realize that the main character sucks. She's so awful. She's a terrible sister. Spoiler alert. And like it just, man, what transpires in that movie is, in my opinion, an interesting allegory or, you know, kind of depiction of more than it pretends to be, because that movie only really kind of pretends to be like, oh, it's you know, mystical and about these things. But what I pull from that movie is there's a literal story going on there that's more coming to terms with something that's a lot more grave and serious than, you know, Jareth the Goblin King or whatever his name is. But it's a good movie, and like I said, a band I really like based an album title and track on it. Not that the actual album is based on it, but it samples from it a couple times. So we're at the speed cap here. We're absolutely cruising, literally, and we're getting through this run a lot faster than you might think. But we're taking a lot more damage, as you can see now that I friggin' took what you jigger. Anti-grav on accident, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. We're gonna use Guppy's Paw here just to save our HP a little bit. Ooh, because we have I Can See Forever, we can see through walls like that. So we'll take another Pretty Fly, though it doesn't do anything. Infested, take it. But no, Labyrinth, very fun movie. And that band, if you haven't heard of them, they actually got shouted out by Post Malone, of all people, on the Joe Rogan podcast. They're called Necrogoblicon. Every sound. Every oh, there's a tinted rock, I think. Is it? Yeah! Look at that. I never see tinted rocks down here, not because they don't spawn, but because they're hard to spot. They all look the same down here. Not that. Please don't take that out of context. But no, they got shouted out by Post Malone on the Ro Jogan podcast, and I just didn't know how to really feel about that because I don't really have any feelings one way or another about Post Malone. It's just not my style of music. If you have never heard Necrogoblicon and you're like, oh, I might check them out, they're very heavy death metal. If you've never heard them before and you don't like death metal, just pass. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You don't have to like that style of music. I'm not saying you do. It's I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you, oh, it's really good, because it's is it? The Emperor card just teleports us straight to the boss, but I don't think we need that. But I enjoy it, and I have a lot of fun with it. And like I said, the fact that they actively reference the labyrinth the way they do is really fun, because like they have an album. So there's a part in the movie where David Bowie's character, the Goblin King, says that if the leading lady ever kisses Hoggle, who is a goblin, that Jareth will turn Hoggle into a prince. And Hoggle's like, he's disbelieving of this. He's like, no, you won't. And then Jareth, Senior King Goblin, is like, I'll turn you into a prince of the land of stench, which I'm sure you can gather is a very stinky place to be prince. But the album itself is called Prince of the Land of Stench, and it's very brutal. It's like one of the most lyrically disgusting albums that I can really get behind, because it's just so yucky. The whole thing has so many like ewy moments and things he says, and the lead singer that is not the Goblin King. But not that I'm like super hardcore complaining. I like it. It's just, once you reach a certain age, you tend to phase out of just brutalist music for brutalist's sake. And I did. I definitely did. Not that I necessarily take a more like nuanced approach to music or anything. It's just I stopped being super into bands that were like, oh, we're all about death and dismemberment. I stopped listening to like Whitechapel. That's a band that I just kind of left behind. That's a relic of my past. Not that they're bad. It's just a lot of their lyrics are like just too disgusting. I guess is the best way to put it. You just hear it and you're like, ugh, man, like why you gotta say that? I don't need to hear that. So with Necrogoblicon, they're goofy because their shtick, right, is that they're goblins from outer space, who all of them are in human suits to hide the fact that they're goblins. They're green skin and what have you, except for one member whose name is John Goblicon, which just the perfect joke. What's the lead singer of that band you like's name? John. Just John? Yeah, John Goblicon. We're gonna pop the I'm Drowsy on this guy because this is a hard fight. Even with the I'm Drowsy, I took 2 full hits of damage, which is stupid. But the wafer is saving us too. So I love that style of hokey, stupid humor as well. But even in spite of that, they're very fun, and again, they're very brutal, and I know that, and especially that album. Their first album's garbage, much like my early content, not good. not that I'm saying that you shouldn't watch my early content. Please, if you haven't yet, go back, check it out, see for yourself. You can judge. Didn't mean to give you the hyper speed pitch there, but no, just making a joke, really. I don't mind my early content because this is still my early content. You're watching my early content, but their first album is very, very rough. I like it because it's clear that they're passionate and having fun with what they're doing, so I can get behind it. But if you don't if you want to listen to like their real music, I recommend the EP Power Core or their most recent album as of this recording, Welcome to Bonkers. Right now, last I heard, they're working on actually a cover album, I think. They've made a cover of a System of a Down song, which neither here nor there. I don't really dig the cover, if I'm honest with you, but it is what it is. So we beat Mom's Heart, and with the Deal with the Devil, that means we can go on, and this will give us another part of the if we can beat it, that is, will give us another part of the Polaroid / negative. We unlocked Rubber Cement and the baby. Any of the babies I don't really care for, except for like Brimstone. It's really like the Brimstone baby or whatever that dude is called. That one I like. But any of the baby items, for the most part, are pretty bad. They don't really provide you with what you're looking for. But no, so Necrogoblicon, this is a 3-boss room, huh? Good thing we are all powerful. But no, they're very goofy, very fun, and I recommend, if you are into death metal and you have not listened to them, check out their Welcome to Bonkers or Power Core EP. Favorite songs of mine, for sure, being Power Core, the title track of Power Core, or Goblins is pretty good. It's their only like non-death metal song that I know of. Gosh darn it. It's really hard to time this guy's baloney because they open up late. If I had regular Brimstone, it wouldn't be that bad. This room again, huh? Just from a different doorway. But there's a song called "The Many Faces of Dr. Hubert Malbec." I know that's a mouthful and a half, but great song. It's talking about the concept of kind of bottling up being a crazy person, because you just have to put on the face each day. And I like, not that I think I'm a crazy person or like, haha, this is me, tag yourself kind of stuff, but I can definitely relate to the idea of like having to put on a face to get certain things done. When I worked retail, I had a face for retail. I had to make up a face just to be able to sell things to people, because not every day that you are on your sales floor or doing whatever you got to do in customer service are you going to feel up to the task. It's just, you can't guarantee that every day you'll feel that way. We are scared. Oh, no longer scared. Oh, that went so well. Okay, we're going to fight Satan. Literally. 1, 2, 3, crunch. Check that timing out. How you like that? Huh? Even though we just fought a room with one of you in it, and we fought one of you. Ooh! Easy now. In the words of whatever country singer that was, easy now? I gotta... Oh, how did I get hit by that twice? Are you nuts? So we got this. We just gotta calm down. Okay. Pick our shots. And we can do this. Okay. Now we're going into phase 2. I'm sorry for stopping to talk about Necrogoblicon. I know that you want to hear ever so much what they're up to and what they're doing. But no, I truly love Necrogoblicon. If you haven't checked them out and you're into death metal, please do it. I know that they are more famous than I am. They certainly have more people who know about them than I do, but that's okay. So we did it. We've done it. Power pill. We're getting out of here. We won. But check them out. Moral of the story. Ooh, this is loud. Give me a second. Wow. The chest, wow. Yeah. Uh-oh, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like what he sees. And he's hopping in. See ya. But no, if you... I'm sorry. We unlocked the Broken Dog and Judas, so we did unlock Judas. That we were playing as... Who was that? Lazarus. Okay, we were playing as Lazarus. As you can see now, we have the upside down cross for having beaten Satan with him, and boss rush, but with Azazel, we have the right side up cross, meaning we beat Isaac. So we're trucking along there. Moral of the episode is, if you're checking me out but haven't checked out Necrogoblicon yet, what are you doing? Go listen to something worth listening to, if you're into that sort of stuff. But this episode, I think, went a lot better than the last one. Thank you for toughing it out if you watched the last episode and, you know, kind of dealt with me being a grumpy old sourpuss Joe on that one. But this time I had a lot of fun, a lot more fun, because we just crushed it. We got great items. We got Brimstone. Who can complain with Brimstone, right? But if you made it all the way to this point in the video, you know, we're 40 minutes in. Holy cow, this is a bit of a long one, I guess. Well, not super long. It should start. Nuzlocke, they're about a half an hour. Isaac videos, they're going to be longer for a little while, just until we get more and more unlocks. But if you stuck around for 40 minutes, I'm assuming that there was something you liked. So please leave a like button. It helps me out a lot. If you're liking the videos, if you comment down below with anything, you know, how you did on your run with seed, because I'm remembering to do seeds now. Hallelujah. he can think, I promise. You know, let me know how you did. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. They're going to be coming up daily still. We're keeping on that train for as long as I really can manage it. You know, college is coming up right around the corner again for me with my next semester, but we'll try. We're gonna keep trying. Be sure to, if you have Twitter, follow me on there. You can find Orange Joe at most folks. I'll be tweeting whenever episodes go live, in case you don't have, you know, subscriptions or notifications turned on for YouTube. And you can reach out to me there too. I should be able to, you know, talk to you through either the comment section or Twitter if you prefer Twitter. But that'll kind of be it for this episode. You know, it went a lot better than I think we had any right to have it go. It went really well. Thank you again to Joey, if you're watching still, for your kind words at the start of this video. Thank you so much for kind of pushing me through, and we'll be back in 2 days with Isaac. Ooh, my goodness, the rare sneeze from Joe. We'll be back in 2 days with Isaac. We'll be back tomorrow with a Nuzlocke. It'll still be going on for sure. And until then, you know, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.